jingle. You see, I had a jingle before. Taxation is theft, says Nick Bennett. Who else? Somebody else said that. Taxation is theft, said David Andrew again. I had that video running before. No, I had a previous video that you. Nick Bennett says copyright laws are trash on the internet. David Andrew Gay says, I'm allowed to own knives. My mommy government doesn't raise me right.
Anybody care what this guy thinks? No!
No! Okay, so we're talking about... What's this? Oi, have you got a license for this video? Yeah, I've got a license, you cheeky mother... Huh? I've got a license for all these videos. I don't think there's anything here that's stolen now. It's all, like, legitimately mine. So, yeah, screw you. Oi, you're nicked, said David Andrew. Kane Thronder says Watford wants their accent back. Wait a second. Watford. Watford. Kane, I can only assume with that comment, my friend, that you are from the United States of America. Okay? Because my accent is like 1,000 miles away from Watford. Watford is down south. Down south, okay? The UK is made up of several components. Let's talk about this. Let's just go off on a tangent here. Americans think UK is London. I'm from the UK. Oh, I've been to London. Well, great. Okay, I'm not in London. London's not a country. Okay, so what is the UK then? Well, it's Wales, Scotland, and England. Okay, so which part of London are you in?
No!
Okay, anywho, Logan says Australia. Well, Australia. I'm not from Watford. Watford, it says, when is this accent? Watford. Hey, when? I don't get it. It's not. Okay. David Williamski says, what am I looking at here? Wave to me. You think this is some kind of like jerk off cam and I'm just going to do whatever you say? Jesus. Fuck. David Jones, remember when you guys had the largest empire in the history of man and lost it to butter knives? That was awesome. Okay, and the best and most surreal comment of the day goes to you. Anywho, David Williamski, government is violence.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
People are using this for some kind of political platform. This is not a political platform. This is not where you come on and voice your opinion and try and get across stuff. This is not something where you come on and try and get across your agenda and try and get people to take action or go to a website. Right, make sure you go to this website. First off, I saw you stumbling home on CCTV. A post was made for your neighbours to check on your well-being. I'm sorry I was too far to come and check on you. What the motherfucking hell is going on with some of these comments today? Like, are you guys on like acid or something? Stop. Jerry Hill. I'm going to read this out. I'll tell you what, no, I'm going to show you in case you mofos ain't seen this. Okay, we're going to loop back. How'd you like this, Jerry? How the hell did I end up here? This guy's got 20 viewers and they're all from Liberty memes. Am I the only one that doesn't know what the most of the people are talking about today? They're like, what are you on about? Liberty memes. What even is that? What is that? I don't even know what it is. Oh, God. Anyway, I don't know. Liberty memes, something or other. If anybody knows what Liberty memes are and they can explain it in a way that doesn't freak me the f*** out, then please tell me. And if you are, Mark Beniston is watching. Welcome to you. Sean Hetchy came throw a bump hammer in the house. You're making me lose my shit. I can't even be asked to beat this out anymore. I'm freaking out at some of the stuff you people are saying. I don't understand. Where are you coming from and what are you talking about? Okay, been working on that all day, right? Bumpopotamus. Oh, what are we doing with our lives, people? What are we doing? I mean, I'm doing it. You're watching this shit. At least I'm doing it. You're watching it. But I suppose it's a little bit like that when you see a dog chasing its tail and you're like, look at that dog, is so stupid chasing its tail. What a stupid dog. What a stupid dog. And then like 10 minutes later you're like, I've just been watching a stupid dog for 10 minutes. So yes, I am the stupid dog. I am the stupid dog. Somebody said something. What was it about? Stephen Barker, voluntarily here, mate. You're welcome for the freedom support. You motherfuckers, what are you talking about? Share is commie trash. This dude is hot. It's probably because he's an internet millionaire. Now I can't remember which political comments I was going to make. I can look past his UK teeth. This dude is my next ex-husband. Well, fuck you! On that note, it is time to say goodbye, you weird-ass mother. Goodbye!
Yay!
All right,
Oh
ladies
my
and
gosh.
gentlemen, this is not. Don't tag Sean Hatch. You have to fix that.
Dave's gonna fix it.
This is.
Michael, are we saying your last name right? Cheney?
It depends. Yes and no. I actually was a bit of a corporate whore and changed my name to sound like Dick Cheney's because I thought that guys might like misinterpret it, kind of thing.
Like,
so yeah, that
people seem to like this guy. Let's use that name.
it was a long time ago. It was before he shot someone. So.
Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. Oh man, I'm so happy to have you here, everybody.
No,
Michael
thanks
Cheney.
for inviting me. I was equally enamored and terrified. So here we are.
Yes.
Welcome to my tiny office, by the way. I thought, for you, Dave, I thought, well, I put up the green screen and try and do all that. I thought, no, he's definitely going to rip the shit out of me when my green screen doesn't work. So you've basically got you've got the office here. I've got my dog, Charlie's down here. You might be able to see his little furry bot.
Yeah, I saw the pen.
Yes.
And I have the most ghetto office in the world. Like, this is I was joking the other day on a stream. This is like the smallest room in the house. Like, the washing machine's got a bigger room than I do. But anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to waste too much space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
if you saw where we're at, we're buried in the corner of our basement.
All right.
We're right in the corner.
Right.
So it is A-okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm just so pumped.
This is awesome. You sound different than you do on your streams.
Probably because it's like 5 a.m. plus.
You're not on yet.
I did not sleep that well. I've got a cup of tea actually. It's not. Normally I'm like pumped up to the gills with like green tea when I'm doing the live stream. You know what it's like. I was going to talk. Maybe we get onto this later on, but you know, this whole thing about persona and identity and, you know, who we really are and all this kind of, you know, we change throughout the day, right? I mean, when you're with your kids, you're different from when you're doing the live streams and stuff, I hope.
Yes.
A little bit.
You know, and when you're at work or whatever, and, you know, if any of you've got jobs. But, no, you know what I'm saying. We move around, you know, you have different sort of guises and whatever, different energies.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
So it's like
I'm just kind of waking up. The grey matter is just getting stirring. So.
Wow.
So you're 5:30 in the morning right now, right?
That's it. Yeah, I think 5:30.
You're doing way better than I would be doing at 5:30 in the morning.
That's what time I get up.
I don't even try to message
even know.
anyone on Facebook or respond to anything at that time of day because I haven't had coffee yet, and I'm like, nope, can't even.
Right. Well, I brought a couple of things with. I know you were obviously excited about this, Dave, so I did bring the old meditation cushion. I brought my vice, because you said bring your vice of choice.
Yes.
I know you mentioned yoga mat earlier. I didn't want to pick you up on it. I was slightly disappointed and kind of, you know, you went down in my estimation level to completely forgotten what I was talking about. But what I also did is I brought you one of these because I know you had me selling a magic cloth on the thing, so
Oh my gosh.
you can actually get this.
Sell it to me, baby.
Dave. It's $19.99, but for you, $29.99.
I forgot. I was gonna.
I gotta let you know. It does include tax. Okay?
Thanks, Aaron.
How many easy payments?
It does include theft. Okay. But, But yeah, get that before the end of the show, and I might even throw in the meditation cushion for you.
I meant to get like one of those intros like you get on the network TV. Oh, there goes that. But where it says like the views expressed by the guests here do not. But we have to say that none of this is condoned by Liberty Memes. We're the unofficial official live stream.
I don't know if you we are the unofficial live stream
of Liberty Memes community group.
Memes community, yeah.
Kind of forced our way in here.
The ShamWow thing. Dave, he does that for every show that we do. He takes the guests and he puts them in a funny, he memes them in a funny situation and puts us.
I was really proud of what I did with you.
He was so proud.
I was showing everybody.
I was impressed. I was like, I don't remember doing that show.
Yeah. Yeah, the blending was amazing. I was very
yes. Oh my gosh. So, obviously we saw the clip. And people are coming in and just bumping and talking.
That's what we do,
and,
yeah.
We just try to spread the message of taxation
and
theft.
Yeah, usually we try to get live streamers to say things we want them to say.
Yeah.
Which it was
right.
It went beautifully with you because
you were great. Like you interacted and responded. It was hilarious. It was so bumpopotamus when you said. So, what
was going through your mind?
Yeah, what was going through your mind when all that was happening?
Oh, I love this. Let's get this guy on our live stream and talk about how he totally owned his ass on his live stream. What was going through my mind? It was like there was an insane maniacal clown on a unicycle cycling around my brain. Going,
and you're just trying to do your job.
It absolutely fried my noggin. I could not understand what the fuck was going on. In my it's not my world, but in this little world of internet marketing, any kind of, and this is obviously why I was reacting how I did on subsequent lives and such. It's all the troll is an entity within themselves. I know we see that the internet trolls on all kinds of different areas, political and personal blogs and all this, but in the internet market it's a very particular breed, the lesser spotted internet marketing troll.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't know where these guys come from. And then after the event I was like, Liberty, I was like, is this something to do with Tom Woods? Because I know
I guess that's kind of how it happened, but I didn't know at the time.
You didn't know at the time, but yeah, I'm fairly good friends with Tom Woods. We've got to know him over the past sort of 2-3 years. He's in the internet marketing space as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
And I was like, I wonder if he shared my stuff somewhere and it's leaked out into some weird thing. And but yeah, I had no idea what was going on. And then when you guys were like, let's get you on a show, I'm like, whoa, like are they gonna bash the fact that I'm making money? I just like I said, I knew absolutely nothing about you guys. Obviously, I'm still piecing it together. But yeah, David messaged me and he was like, "Hey, dude, we're not just trolls." I love the fact that he was like, "We're not just trolls."
Yeah, because we totally are. Yeah. We got to keep that tone down every once in a while.
Right.
But no, we're not just that. We're about helping people and so on. And he invited me to the group and. Obviously, I said that the magic voodoo password to get in taxation is theft. And I was like, I could feel the indoctrination happening today. This is not actually a headset. This is my cult ultronic negatron technology, cunt for short. Stops me being indoctrinated into a cult. So I just wore this. Yeah. My mother said I should wear it at all times when invited into strange areas. So.
It's like your foil hat.
A tinfoil hat, yeah.
But yeah, so he invited me into the group, and I think my first exposure to the group was obviously I saw you guys.
Oh, you caught us at a bad moment.
Oh yeah, when you came in and it was Sunday.
we were just
Tequila Sunday.
That was a bad night.
You just it was like a train wreck. Yep. You guys were in your pajamas. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And but yeah, then I was looking at all the other posts and the memes and stuff, and I was like, wow, this is pretty I think conspiratorial was my first kind of
little edgy, a lot of charity.
Yeah. Well, Liberty Memes started out just to spread the message of liberty, and grew from there through memes.
But also like push boundaries too.
And push
right.
the envelope a little bit. And then it turned into this beautiful thing where the admins, David and Peter, their brothers, want to show the world that libertarians they want to help people. It's like we
want to take the place,
take the place of the government and
help each
other instead of needing to rely on government for anything really. So the charities,
right.
The people that we've helped, it's been amazing. I mean, it's just a little over a year, and it's been really something special to be a part of. And the family that we've kind of created here has been really cool too. So we're excited that you're here to hang out with us.
This is going great.
That's all good. That's all good.
Okay, so I want to know what. Okay, so I don't know anything really about where Watford is compared to where you are and stuff. But
that's for a second I thought you were deadpanning that.
Yeah.
You were going to say, tell us all about Watford, and I was like, oh my god, that was good. That was good.
That's when you said, Kane, you must be from America if you think I'm from Watford. I'm like, no, Americans don't know where Watford is.
Kane is our lovely Australian who is all for liberty and being
and deep in the outback.
Yeah, way in the outback. Yeah, opal miner.
Right.
Sean Hatchie wants me to say his name. Sean Hatchie's a good guy. Sean Hatchie is a good guy.
We like to interact with the...
Yeah, we try to interact with the comments too. But so tell us a little bit about you growing up and where you grew up, and are you still in the same place?
And how you got where you got?
And yeah, how did you get to where you are?
Well, yeah, I grew up in York, in England.
I've heard of that.
And yeah, I guess really from quite an early age, just feeling like I didn't fit in, like there's something missing, feeling like life was a bit like the Truman Show kind of thing. Even before the Truman Show came along, I was kind of like premonition that there would be a movie with Jim Carrey in it about unreality of the world. But no, reflectively looking back, that's how it felt. Like there's something fishy going on, and ended up going through. Went to university and applied for a ton of jobs at the end, because obviously that's what you do. And I had long hair down to my ass when I was at university.
Wow.
Got my hair cut, and I was like, right, I gotta get a job. So I applied for 50 different jobs, did a ton of interviews. I got one offer, but it was for Mobil, or as it was back then, or Exxon Mobil as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was their graduate program. So I started working for them. And it was like this massive promise of this, this promised land. Oh, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I got there, and it was like, what in the ass? Like, I'm working for the largest company in the world. This is supposed to be like an amazing opportunity, and it just sucks. And there's a story that I thought I'd tell you. I thought you guys might resonate with it. Was I was basically covering for somebody, right? And this person had kind of taught me everything in their role, right? So they're like, this is what you need to do to fulfill this role when I'm away, for several months. This is what you do. These are all the reports you need to create. So I was taking notes on all this stuff, diligently writing down everything that I needed to do. And they went away, and I started doing all this stuff. And one of the core things of this role was handing these reports to the superior, right? So I hand all these reports in to the superior, and he's like, yeah, we don't really use those.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, the person used to sort of create those, and we used to sort of, give them a peace of mind, but it's not something we really use. And I was like, holy.
Oh, we froze for a second here.
So I went to my sort of direct superior, and I was like, what's going on here? Because I've got this job now that's like basically meaningless, doesn't really do anything. Mm-hmm. And he said, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm just hanging on for retirement until I can do something that I enjoy. And I'm like, oh my God. And then everything started opening in my mind. I was like looking around at people, and all the lights had gone out in their eyes, and it was just like, I got to get out of here.
Corporate America.
Yeah, it's just horrible. So yeah, I started frantically trying to think of ways that I could escape sort of the corporate hell, and then set up my own business. So that was in 2000 that I quit that. So I've only worked a job for 2 years, and that was it. It was my first and last job, and then set up my own business, consulting to begin with, and then doing the internet marketing stuff. So kind of training people on, how to get traffic online, that kind of stuff, and then actually wrapping it all up as digital products and then selling it on the interwebs. So yeah, that's a fast forward of where I got to.
And it's been doing pretty good for you.
I have no complaints. Yeah.
Somebody asked earlier, and I have to ask: is that your Lamborghini in the little clip?
That is actually a hired Lamborghini. Okay. I could. I need to see the comments because I'm sure people would be ripping the shit out of me, and I can't see them on this thing. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually into bikes rather than cars.
Saw that.
Like bicycles as opposed to
some really nice bicycles and some trophies and medals too. I saw.
Yeah, I used to. So this is kind of, as I was saying about that feeling of like something missing, and what's this all about, and trying to sort of feel fulfilled and all this kind of stuff. So, originally I went after money, and I've made a few $1 million, and I'm fortunate now that I've mortgage free and got a ton of money in the bank and all that. But it still didn't. The dream that we're all promised did not work on any level for me with any of this. Like with a job, it didn't work. With making all the money and being financially free, it didn't work. And it's just it's just this kind of journey of starting to question. You just get deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole of what actually is this all about? Like,
what brings happiness?
What are we trying to do here? What is the point? And ultimately, this whole idea of sort of who am I? John Warner's saying he's not going to troll anymore. So yeah, I can't remember what your question was. Oh yeah, about the Lamborghinis. So yeah, no, I don't own a Lamborghini. It's I'm kind of weird. Like I've made all this money, and I don't buy anything. I don't spend it on anything. I don't have any vices or anything like that. And yeah, it's weird. I've never really done it for the money. It's just kind of been a result of what I've done. It's just it's a bizarre thing. So yeah, with the cycling, so that was yet another thing. I was like, let's get into cycling. So I threw myself into that for several years, and got to a level where it was competing for the amateur world champs.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, even that was like, no, that's not it. So like last year, it was back in August, I just sort of stepped off the bike and I thought, no, that's not me. And it just led to this whole question of, well, if that's not me and that's not me and that's not me. And I'm like, it just became this like fluid thing of, this sense of identity that we build up around ourselves is largely just ideas. Do you know what I mean? It's not a tangible thing. We have this concept of who we are based on memory, based on things that have happened in the past, but that's not real. Do you know what I mean? It was real when it's happened, but now it's just something that we're holding on to. It's not where we are right now and what we're actually doing physically in this moment. And yet we have this sense of identity, and we try and get other things and either say, no, that reinforces my identity because I'm not that, or we attach to these things and think, no, that builds my sense of identity up about who I am even more. So I really like that. Yeah. Whereas at the moment, for me, I'm just in this kind of floating zone of like, I just don't see myself as anything anymore. I don't pigeonhole myself as anything. So it's funny that you were saying, you were like, oh, well, you're not like you are on the live stream. I'm not. I don't see myself as like Michael Cheney or Mike Cheney, or I don't know. It just is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I just go through the day now, minute by minute, and whatever happens and however I react is what is. And I don't.
That's awesome.
try not to question, like, am I fitting in with the identity that I previously built or that other people are putting on me, sort of things. But a bit deep there for like.
No, that was freaking awesome. I loved all of that.
Let's get back to the cloth. Oh yeah, cloth. Yeah, buy this.
One easy payment and 6 incredibly difficult payments.
There's a
love that though.
10% discount for people from Watford, by the way.
Oh crap! We better move.
That was really good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, because you know what, I think that's where all of us are. I've been thinking lately about this, where I heard Jody say this, but know yourself, know the world. And I feel like I feel it more now than we are all the same. We all have the same things, and no matter where you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter we're all just kind of trying to figure out what's our purpose here? What are we doing? What's going to fill like that happiness?
Yeah, exactly.
Void, but yeah.
Yeah. I try and mention it on my live streams. It's a bit of a. I mean, the more you get into this, the deeper down the rabbit hole you go on this, the more sort of paradoxical it all gets, because you're like, I brought the meditation cushion as a bit of a joke, but I've been meditating for probably since school. Like, we were taught a meditation technique in school, and I look back now.
Why don't we have that in school?
And I kind of realized that I'd been meditating probably since like age 14 or something like that, and I've had some kind of really weird experiences with it, and just got to the point where it's, as you say, it's all about the world comes about as a result of what's inside you. Do you know what I mean? You create the world. Like, we all. It's that simple fact, like the scientific fact, without even getting because I'm the most anti-woo-woo guy you can get. I don't want people thinking, oh, guys, he's one of these new age crystal dickheads or whatever. I'm as anti-woo-woo as it comes. But even on a scientific basis, like, what we see from one person to another can be totally different. Like colors, we don't know what colors you're seeing, what colors I'm seeing. Even it's like the actual visual world is inside here. It's not. You're not actually seeing out here. It's a projection on your eyes that your brain is turning upside down. So we're not actually seeing the world. We're seeing the limited capability of what this body can perceive. It's not actually the reality. So really, there's no really finer example of like the fact that you create the world than that. It comes from inside, and as you said, Mary, it's like knowing yourself, like what is in there. And the more that personally, the more that I've looked into that, there really isn't anything in there. You know what I mean? There isn't anything solid that you can put your finger on, say that is constant. Because that's what they talk about in the sort of the Buddhist and circles is what's the one thing that remains the same, and you start investigating this. And as I say, when I got into this, I'm coming at it from a scientific point of view, from a logical point of view, from a business point of view, from just trying to be practical with it. And I'm like, well, okay, the body changes, so that is not that, because I felt like this inside. I felt like me since I was since I can remember, and obviously I look a lot different now, so it can't be that. Obviously experiences, emotions, things that are happening, that's all changing. The world obviously is changing, so that's not the constant. And really all you boil it down to is just awareness. It's just, you always have this awareness, even of your thoughts. Like, your thoughts can pop up and you're not controlling them. You don't, you're like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yes.
You didn't ask for that. And yet, there's that awareness that's watching it all. And that's really as far as I can get, and as far as I can pinpoint at the moment, is that is the constant. It's that awareness of all this shit going on internally, emotionally with thoughts, and then obviously externally with the world. But there is this constant awareness of observing of all of this. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like, there's no observer, and there's nothing being observed. It's just there is observing. So it's kind of this state where yeah, it's almost like nothing needs to happen, right? One of the examples I use is this. The universe is like a starfish, right? So quite often I have this argument with people that, that they get so involved with their own personal stuff, and I'm like, you're not separate to the universe. Like, I'll tell you what, for a day, just for today, right? Just do it for one day. Try and exist without oxygen. Try and exist without the planet. Try and exist without this. Just try that, just as an example. What we call a human being is just a man-made term. It's just a word. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't exist separate to everything else. Like, for you to exist, everything over the past 14 billion years or whatever has had to happen. Like, we're all, there isn't an individual that, and that's personally what I kind of, the point that I've got to with it. So it's like this whole, well, what, people that are trying to do stuff, or people that are trying to change things, or, is there free will? I'm like, well, free will for who? Do you know what I mean? We're all, like, even if you look at a tree, right? You look at a tree, right? I know this is getting deep and weird.
No, it's great.
If you look at a tree, right? It's, again, that's just a word, right? That's just, man has come up with a thing. He's looked out of his eyes and he's seen, oh, we'll call that tree. But even tree, right? Even a tree, if you look at it, again, scientifically, it doesn't exist in isolation. It cannot exist without the environment. It cannot exist without other trees. So a tree, for a tree to be seen and to exist, needs all of that other stuff. So as an individual thing, it isn't. The word is not what it is. What it is cannot be described. And I see that in everything now. I see that in everything. So I see this kind of, I say the universe is like this starfish that is moving, and we're all the individual tentacles. And yeah, we can wiggle a little bit and we can do stuff, but we're the starfish. We're right. Part of the starfish. Do you know what I mean? It's not, we're not like, oh yeah, there's the universe out there, and then there's little old me that can control it and dictate what's going. No, we're in it.
Just along for the ride.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that was
that's so. We love this.
It's so funny because we what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, like
this wasn't on the list.
I know, I was so nervous. I'm like, I can't open my how did you come to Liberty? Like, tell us all about it. Like,
we know that. I messaged him. That's how he got here.
So, oh boy, that is a lot, and woo, I'm gonna rewatch this one and really take that in. I like what you said.
See, look, I've come on here and I've exploded your minds.
Right.
Yes.
A little bit, yeah. We did.
You guys come on my... Unless you're just like, fucking, this guy's a complete nutcase.
No, you kind of silenced the chat.
Now, Dave, I think he's a complete head case. I don't know.
Now, do you know, okay, so I wasn't there for the first one about coming on your stream and stuff, but the word bump, I mean, bump. We do you know what that is?
It's very big in our community.
Big in our community.
Right. Yeah, obviously I didn't, you've got in this little community, like in the internet marketing community, you've got things, you've got the lingo. That's why I was referencing earlier on about the cult, and somebody was like, angry face. And I'm thinking now, was that a joke, angry face, or was that an actual, people thought I was calling you a cult? But yeah, I know what a bump is. But I didn't get the whole bump. Bumposaurus,
Bumpopotamus.
Yeah, we have a whole bump squad that
there is
serves a purpose in the group.
Squad, that was like
bump squad.
Hopefully that wasn't a typo of the bomb squad, but
bump with a P.
I mean, it gets a little bummy sometimes.
Sure, yeah.
We get weird,
but it's fun. But it has really helped a lot where we're trying to beat
certain posts that we want to get reach in the group, like things that we want everybody, because there's 20,000 people in our group, and to get everybody to see it requires, you got to know the algorithms of Facebook and how to get it in front of other people.
Yeah.
And we've kind of created a whole crew that their sole purpose, other than just interacting with the group, is to get posts in front of the people who aren't seeing it.
Right.
Right.
Kind of break through that that wall that
so
Facebook has created.
It's become a real, like, you know, like a regiment of the group. So when we go out there, they go out with pride that they're part of Bump Squad. So you get a lot of bump posts and memes and
right.
And definitely a lot of taxation is theft, where people, you know, it's like if they're going on to a live stream of someone's, that it's usually the weather people in New York.
They just want to do a live broadcast of the weather and taxation.
We're like, just say taxation is theft, please. Just one
just
of
say
you
it out loud on your stream.
Right.
Yeah, and I fell right into that trap.
It was great, though. It was great. I mean,
you're just so animated about it. It was beautiful.
And your buttons, and you're really on the ball with your
yeah, I got to start talking about your technical side.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm the same. There's stuff I can learn from you, definitely. So.
What do you use?
I really like the Drink Dave and the Count Mary thing. I'm sure that's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, I never looked at it that way. I never looked at it like that.
I thought it was like Count Mary. What?
Yes. There's four of me.
4
from
drinks.
Transylvania.
Oh.
Certainly, I'm not sure about Drinking Dave either. That's probably a topic for another.
Does need to be talked about, though.
So, okay, can I ask you I suppose it would be sort of a serious question, but the whole Brexit thing, like,
wow.
Do you have any kind of feelings or thoughts on that at all? Like,
because we don't know much about it at all.
We can go back to other things.
If you could explain it to us.
No, I read about it.
This is kind of where I need my cricket sound, because that's what goes on in my head.
Yeah.
When honestly, I'm like, I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. The only time I watch the news is before I go live on Facebook to see if I can piggyback on some event. So, like, Trump is in the UK at the minute. I didn't know that until yesterday when I did a Facebook Live, and I was like,
we saw some memes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I did a green screen, you know, with a Trump plane, you know, landing from Trumponia.
Don't you feel so blessed that he's in your country right
now?
Emperor
Trump. God Emperor Trump.
No, but seriously, you know, the UK has it has like a loathe-hate relationship with him, you know?
Sure.
They kind of either loathe him or they hate him. So no, he's widely popular somewhere, but not in the UK. Not in the UK.
No, I'm
people are not too keen on him. But no, the Brexit thing. No, my main opinion on Brexit is too many people are wasting their lives giving a shit about it, to be honest. Like all the people that are reading all the newspapers every day and watching the news and talking about it in the street, and I'm like, if you took all that time, because nothing's happened. Let's face it, nothing has happened. People
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, people have gone to a little box. They put a tick in because they thought, oh yeah, we hate foreigners, so let's get out of Europe. But basically, that's what's happened. Mm-hmm. And now, and that's it. That's all that's happened. And yet here we are, several years later. People have invested so many hours of their lives following this, talking about it, getting riled up about it. I'm like, if you took all that time.
Yeah.
And invested in yourself to grow as a person, or invested in other people or in the community, it wouldn't matter what the politicians did ever again, because you'd have a sense of independence. You might be financially independent by now. But so yeah, I've got no idea what's going on in politics. So I'm the totally wrong person to ask in terms of what do I think of Brexit, and the ins and outs of it, and
what
stuff.
You just said.
Yeah, what you said. Like our last guest is like a hardcore like anarchist. Like he does not do anything with government. He doesn't vote. He doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And he doesn't even believe in like the liberty movement as moving forward and changing hearts and minds, whatever. He's just like, you just change your own situation and you kind of take care of you and be the example of what you want to be and take care of your community. And that's basically exactly what you just said. You just
no, it sounds very similar. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Somebody said in all caps, so I have to read it. Trump touched the Queen. Is that a bad thing?
Oh my gosh, did he touch her?
Is he not supposed to?
He held her hand in a kind of really sort of, it looked like one of those limp handshakes, you know, where you're holding a dead fish. You're like,
so you're not supposed to do that, huh?
Oh boy.
Well, I think it was either that. I think it was either the handshake or the bumping and grinding. I don't know. One of them
started getting up on.
Hey.
He obviously did not read the memo.
Yeah, that's a faux pas. Don't throw your hands up and ask her to bend over.
Yeah, you can't be throwing shapes at the royal banquet. I mean, come on.
Oh. Oh my gosh, I love it. Kane from Australia. He does want to know about. He asked about Ireland.
Kanye, love him.
Kanye.
I'm gonna start calling him that.
He's asking about Ireland, the Ireland border.
Is that a holdup for Brexit? See, he's probably getting them. I don't
fucking know.
Exactly.
See, okay,
so we don't know either.
Kanye's been on my stream where I talk about it. I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff. I told you, I'm total ignoramus. I don't watch news.
He's really latched on you.
I know there's two bits of Ireland. There's Northern Ireland that's part of the UK. There's Southern Ireland that's part of Europe. And again, there is some shenanigans going on. Lots of people are losing sleep about it. I'm not. But I don't know. I guess if I come on a stream and somebody called Kanye Frondazonda from the Outback in the US, I can't even speak. Anyway, if somebody asks me about it, yes, I'm going to get found out. Okay, my bad. I so wish I'd invested, half my life following the news now, and I could have answered that story because now I look stupid.
No, we're right with you.
That's it. I love that you don't watch the news. I can't take the news. I used to watch it all the time, and I just can't handle it because of the it's depressing. Oh, it's depressing, and just how it's nothing ever changes. It's like watching a soap opera.
You're in the same scene for like 3 years.
They're wearing the same clothes. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is still.
I've seen this before.
It's the same day 3 years later. Come on now. But I have to look past that, and that's what I enjoyed about our last guest too. He said, he's just like, whatever, like
just signing out.
Move on.
I'm gonna do me.
Move on from it. And you said that, and that just like really resonated with us. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. So let me ask you this. So okay, this is from Allison, because she said. She gave me a couple good questions to ask you, because I was like, I can't.
Somebody tag her because she's not here.
Yeah, I'm like that. I'm not leading with Liberty questions. What do I say? Not that I know a ton, but okay. So vacationing, because this really is huge to me. I want to travel, like all over the place. But where have you been, and where would you like to go? I mean, if you didn't have to pay for it, but you probably.
But obviously, that doesn't really matter.
Pay for it. What's your favorite place?
Or do you even like the vacation? Or do you just happy at home?
Yeah, I mean, I like to get away. I mean, I like the kids love it. Like the kids at the moment are just at that age. They're 5 and 7. Had to think there for a second.
Oh no, we're in the same pocket here.
Yeah, just had birthdays. So yeah, they're 5 and 7. So yeah, they just love like sunshine. Like here in Aberdeen in Scotland, the weather is proper grim. I mean. Our summer is like the 17th of July. That's it, and it's like, there's
there's
gone.
the sun.
There's the sun.
Yeah. Oh, clouds are back.
So anywhere with sunshine really, and just seeing the kids splashing around in the sea and pools and stuff like that. In terms of me personally and seeing stuff, I mean, I was fortunate. I did a lot of traveling before we had kids. We spent a lot of time in the States, and I've done a few. Probably the wildest thing I did was. I went across the Sahara Desert in a truck with a bunch of friends, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. Getting held up at gunpoint at the checkpoints and stuff like that. And so we were held up at gunpoint, and they basically came on, and they said, "Oh, we're going to need to count your money."
Oh, that's fun.
And the guy that was taking us there was like, "Oh yeah, this is par for the course. They'll count the money and
we're getting mugged."
Yeah, basically, it's just a general light mugging, nothing too bad.
It's at gunpoint, but don't take the guns too seriously.
They don't mean anything.
It's not like we're in the middle of the desert and they could bury us and nobody would find us.
Don't definitely not.
So anyway, during the light mugging, one of the girls on the truck that we were traveling with decided she really needed the toilet, and we said, "No, hold on to it, please.
Yeah,
please hold on to it. No, I really need to go." So she ran off the truck and she went to pee in the desert. However, this was their border crossing, so this is like going to you know, the US-Mexican border where all the guys are, and just
me to Canada.
Yep.
Down with pants, right on the border. You know where all the guys are patrolling. So the guys see this, they come running out with the guns. Hey.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna die. Somebody's gonna shoot me because that girl's taking a waz. I'm like, this is the most surreal way to die ever. You know, you could get shot because somebody's taking a piss or something. But
these women and their bladders.
But yeah, there's nowhere that I'm kind of yearning to go off and see. I guess Australia would be cool, but now from hearing from Kane, I'm not so sure now.
You just don't want to go to where Kane's at. It's kind of, I mean, unless you want to find some opals.
Yeah, go digging in the dirt for.
Oh yeah, he's into gems and stuff. Or something.
Yeah, that's what he does. He doesn't have machinery. He uses a pickaxe and a shovel and digs.
No, his
bare hands, right?
Yes,
basically, yeah. He Minecrafts it. He just finds a place and he just starts do. Straight down.
Yep.
Love it.
Straight down. You got to be careful though. Lava.
You don't want to lose all your shit in the lava.
Oh yeah. You got to watch out for that. Yeah.
Do you ever play Minecraft?
Do you play video games?
Do you play video games? Yeah.
Occasionally, yeah. I've not played them for good few years. Obviously, you know, it's like with kids. You basically just take your life and tip it in the dustbin.
Yep.
But it's slowly coming. It's slowly coming back now.
Hold on, that hit Mary really hard.
Like, oh man, right there.
Mary's a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling.
I homeschool and stay at home. It is like
Bye life.
Yeah. We were such good friends.
I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, 20 years from now.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I think I saw that when I saw that somewhere that you guys homeschool, and have you got 3 kids? Is it or?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I do a little bit of daddy schooling, as they call it. Like Holly, my oldest, she's sort of well into school and learning stuff. So she actually came up to me and said, "Oh, can we?" It was on a Saturday, I think. It was raining. She was like, "Oh, can we do like some little exercise and stuff?" And I was like, "What? Like a daddy school?" And she's like, "Yeah." So this thing has stuck now.
Oh.
So quite often we end up doing this daddy school, and I'm frantically online. I'm sure you know this now. Frantically looking for printables and PDF exercises and all this stuff. And I'm like, what's happened to my life? Do you know what I mean? It's like.
That's wonderful that you're taking an active role in your child's education, because a lot of people are just like, oh, the state will take care of it.
Handling it. Yeah.
There you go. Get on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's shocking what goes on. I mean, you know, both my parents were teachers, so I understand what they're faced with.
Yes.
But they can't do enough. They can't do enough for kids. It's like, you know, we're at a parents' evening the other night talking about Holly, and you know, she's doing really well, but she was, you know, teacher was saying, yeah, she's doing well now, so she's doing so well that I'm able to just
ignore her.
Set her something, and I'll just come back to her at the end of the class. You know, and I'm thinking, well, that's good, but like, you know, I'm pretty sure from what I've heard, you know, directly from Holly, that, you know, what I'm able to do in a day of one of these little school sessions at home is like a week of actual school condensed. You know, because obviously you're one-on-one, and as I say, I don't blame the teachers. I mean, they're trying to do the best where they can with the resources or whatever. But you can't leave it to. You definitely can't leave these things. I mean, you've got to take ownership of it, definitely.
For sure.
That's like everybody like at work and like, oh, you homeschool, and like, oh, what's your regimen like? Do you have like 8 hours a day of like schooling like a normal school? And I'm like, there's one student.
Yeah.
Like,
why am I trying to do that?
Yeah, that's not necessary. It's like we sit down and he has a question. I'm like, all right, let's hop on Google. Let's answer this question and put it in your brain, and you got it? Cool. All right, let's go play.
Move on. Yeah, once you get it, you move on. Yeah, you're not having to wait around for, the...
Hatchie, slow down.
That is... But that's so great, though, because a lot of parents maybe don't do stuff outside of the school or outside of the, you know, on the weekends. They may be like, oh, we're going to go do this, we're going to go do that. But, like, that she said, I want to do something, and you're being super active in that. That's really fun. What do you guys do on the weekends anyway? What's your thing?
You said you don't do social networking or anything. You're not online.
Oh, you take the whole weekend off.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. What do we do? Like, just stuff with the kids. Like, basically just sort of, you know, driven by what they want to do. Like, you know, trampolining or little trips out. We've obviously got a dog, so we're walking the dog and take him swimming to the swimming pool and bike club. All these little activities and.
What kind of dog do you have? I'm sorry, I have to ask.
He is a working cocker spaniel.
Oh!
Charlie!
Oh, so pretty.
Oh my gosh. Does he have a pink nose? Hi, baby.
Those are dogs.
Hi.
Those are dogs.
Oh my goodness.
I am your new best friend. I will love you forever.
Oh.
I remember our dog hated the kennel.
We had a wiener dog.
When we showed him the kennel.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
He did not like it. I think it was the sound of it.
Yeah, he likes that thing. Like, it's, I don't know.
It's a safe place.
We don't lock him in it or anything. It's just
that's where his bed's at.
just his bed's in there.
We had
he
a
just likes that little
one.
sense of protection, I guess.
Is what it was. We had a smaller dog and a smaller kennel, and he liked the smaller kennel.
And we usually put him in there
kennel.
when he was bad. Maybe he looked at it as a punishment.
Yeah. Oh, look at he's going right back in to lay down. He's like, "Why are you waking me up?"
That's so early.
Exactly. He's like, "What the hell? Like, you normally do this in the night or later on in the day." I've got to go walk him. I know I said earlier on I've got to give the kids breakfast, but I forgot I've got to walk the dog. So.
Oh yeah.
What is your schedule like? What do you do?
Mission.
What is your day? What's a day like for Michael?
So yeah, I get up at 5. Normally do like a 40-minute meditation. Walk the dog if we've got him. We do like a dog share with my in-laws, so they've got him some of the time. So if he's not around, I might go out on a bike ride. Then breakfast time with the kids for about an hour and a half, helping make breakfast, and obviously
you get up before your kids.
I have to get up before my kids, otherwise I don't get shit done.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
we're horrible at
they,
adulting.
They get up at they start stirring at about now actually. It's about 6 a.m. They'll probably be rattling round, and then they'll get up at 6:30. Then Laura, my wife, takes them off to school. Sometimes I think I do it on a Wednesday, so that's today. So I'm doing school drop today.
Okay.
And then and then just start work for want of a better phrase. And then just lunch with the youngest. He comes back from nursery. He's starting school this year. And then that's basically it. Just roll through the day. I'm fortunate because I can roll with the punches. I mean, that was part of the reason that I wanted to set up this internet business right back, but even before we had kids, is that I knew that it would be important. So knowing that I'd wanted a family, that I wanted to be around, for them, and I have, it's not always the easiest, but I'm able to sort of just drop everything and go and be with them, or if have a look at this, or come and look at this, or
you can walk away.
So tend to just try and down tools, whenever they're around. Particularly at the moment, as it's getting more and more prescient that the time is fleeting, and they'll soon be off into the to the school system and be turned into little worker drones and all that bullshit.
I have some questions. Like, why do you stream? It seems like you stream every day. You do those streams.
That's fairly recent. Yeah, that's fairly recent. It's just part of just something that I'm trying out just to get wider reach.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because Facebook is really hard to get reach, and I feel like it seems like a lot of effort. Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, good. Talk. Dave's got questions.
Yeah, I got stuff.
All right, I thought you have to pay, Dave. You have to pay to get rich. I'm like, oh, shit, I should be writing this down. Actually, you said I have to pee. Okay, so.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of effort for. It's really hard to get reach on Facebook. Do you use the streams afterwards for anything, or?
Do I do what? Sorry.
Do you use your streams that you've made afterwards, like for something?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I'll take parts of them, might repurpose them, put them in a product. I try and stream simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I guess that's what simultaneous means.
Yeah.
So that you get a bit more reach there. And then what I'll do is I'll take the stream and I'll put it in. I'll put it in the pages that I run. I stream to my profile, but I put it in the pages and put it in the groups that I've got as well.
Okay.
Obviously, I offer the incentives to share. I did notice when I was on here, I don't know if I screwed up because it was super early, I wasn't able to share. Is that because this is a private group that you can't share these streams? Do
Maybe.
you not want people sharing these? Or?
Yeah, because we're kind of in the closet with our little show here. Like we do have the reach of the 20,000 in the group and stuff like that. If we could actually possibly reach them, but Zuck keeps us in our little circles of who we can actually reach. but like we started this as just, you know, getting to know the community and stuff, and it's kind of gotten out of hand, you know, because I love the technical aspect of it, and we used to just sit on our couch and talk to people in the group, and then I'm like, well, let's get a webcam, let's hook this up to the computer, and like, what else can we do this? And then I learned about when we got the green screen, and now we have a whole studio, and it's become a show. But and we've actually got some like really cool people on the show. It's really kind of surreal.
Well, hopefully you can get Tom Woods on, and I was trying to nudge him a little bit on that.
Saw that, and thank you so much. And I am going to use your appearance here to try to get him on.
Cool.
Now, how does now Tom is in your kind of business? Is he just on your system, or does he use it for his own? Because I think he's like he doesn't he do like the Ron Paul curriculum, and I know he has his own books and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about his, you know, his sort of libertarian stuff. I mean, I know he's a well-known figure. He's got a podcast. I know he does like a cruise, I think, every year, and he does, you know, speaking events and all this sort of stuff. But no, from an internet marketing point of view, he just kind of popped on my radar a couple of years ago, I think, out of nowhere, and I was like, who is this guy? And he was like absolutely crushing it and doing really well. And he had this rabid list who had like basically looked at him as some kind of demigod, and they were just buying whatever that he recommended. Yep. They were buying it in spades. And then he jumped on, you know, some of the programs that I've got and said, look, you've got really good stuff here. It's really good training. Let me tell my people about it. Yeah, he made it. Well, I probably shouldn't say what he made, but anyway, he did really well. Maybe he would tell you, but I know he gets a little bit uncomfortable talking about that stuff. Which, again, this was part of the reason I was nervous about you guys and the whole libertarian stuff, because, you know, Tom seemed to be really kind of treading a fine line with his business and the libertarian side of things, and I was like, oh God, I don't know what is there a right thing or wrong thing to say or to, you know, and I didn't. As I say, that was why I was like, you know, because like for example, he doesn't email on a Sunday. You know, I email my list 2-3 times a day, every day, like you know, just as a matter of course. So there's little things like that, and I was like, okay. But yeah, that's how I came across Tom, as he started promoting my stuff, did really, really well for it.
That's great. Yeah, I think if you look at it libertarian wise, it's just like you're making money. That's free market. However you do it, it's like we're pretty open.
Yeah. Make that money, baby.
So yeah, I couldn't see him like really crossing any lines with marketing whatever he wants to market, as long as it's all voluntary interactions and
yeah.
Right.
I don't know what you guys talked about, but I have questions too. So are you done?
I think so. I mean, I have more stuff. Like I really want to know. Like, have you figured out your white balance thing? Your auto white balance?
Yeah, I did figure that out. I think. Yeah, I found the settings. I turned it all off, and I think now it's stopped.
The auto white balance.
Yeah, it stopped dicking me over, because there was white balance, but there's also another thing, because this webcam's got all these different automatic features, like not just white balance, but gain, auto this, auto that, and all these things were throwing it out.
Because
before I forget, there's one thing I want to ask you: how do you get the comments on there? Like, what software are you using?
We stream with OBS. I assume it's something similar for you. What do you stream with?
I don't know what's that. Is that a local software on your machine, or?
No, yeah, it's freeware.
Do you know PewDiePie?
Yeah.
He uses OBS, yes.
Yeah. OBS is free streaming software. It's really easy to use. Because you say you multi-stream to YouTube, I don't know how to do that yet, and I don't think you can do it through OBS. You might use like XSplit or something like that. But depending on the software you use, but I use OBS, and I can grab like screen grabs. So when I'm streaming on Facebook over on my second monitor here, I have the actual video of the stream, and on the side is the chat. So I just kind of grab that chat and paste it onto this screen. But I also use a chroma key, just like you do with key with the background, but I just set it to white instead of green. But for some reason it kind of cuts out all the white, it leaves the off whites or the grays, so you can see the chat still.
Okay, cool.
Oh, this is way over my head.
Yeah. we can talk more about it. Like, I'm open. I love this stuff. So
that's like super ninja style. I mean, I'm just got like one monitor. I don't have two monitors. I don't have like a studio or anything. you shocked, right? But yeah, okay, OBS. Yeah, I'll have a look at that then.
Yeah, OBS is really good.
Yeah.
Now, I the Christian's here. I think he uses XSplit, which is a little more versatile. But he also, because we're streaming in the groups, it's a little harder. There's a little more constraints on us to stay inside the group. But when you're out on your public profile, there's a lot open to you.
You can do more when you're out there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when we.
Yeah. What about the notifications for your group here? Like, do you? Because when I first came in, I was expecting. No, what was I expecting? Well, I thought it would have been cool to have like I'm always about steps. In terms of a business point of view, I'm always like, give people a step. Step one, do this. Because if they don't, they won't do anything.
Yeah.
So when I came into the group, this is my feedback for you guys. You can take it or leave it, or smoke it, or whatever.
Oh, please, thank you. Please and thank you.
There was a bit from obviously David about the group, which helped a little bit in terms of what you guys were about. But if it were me, I would probably take that somewhere else. I would have step one. If to know more about the group and what we do, click here. Bosh. Okay, off you go. Has a page telling you about the group. At the bottom, it has the Patreon, or I don't know how you say it, but it has that. So you can get them there the moment that they join the group. Tell them the full story. Get them invested, and then say, look, if you want to contribute, obviously it's voluntary. We're not taxing you, because that would be like totally paradoxical.
It's all voluntary.
You get involved, and then back to the Facebook group. Step two, click here to activate notifications, so that you always get notified when we make a new post. Because you can do that in a group, right? I think
it's really hard. I
think
quite figured it out.
you can do something where it's like,
because we're streaming through our page. I think they can click something, but I haven't quite figured it out yet.
But just in the LM community
in general,
group,
didn't be notified when we stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because Facebook tries to just do highlights. You can go up and say, like, I would like to see all of it.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I didn't mean
please.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was basically it. So yeah, when you join, just having that's 3-step thing. Step one, here's what we're about. Step two, click this, because it'll notify you when we do lives, or when we add new posts.
I'm going to look into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and step three, make sure you troll with good intentions, and ignore Kanye West from Australia at all costs.
So I know you're going to have to make the kids breakfast soon, and I want to ask you a couple questions just from me, like, as a mom. And what do your kids like to eat for breakfast? And also the homeschooling thing, is that an option? Is that an option over there, or is it like taboo?
All right. Breakfast, fruit. We eat fruit for breakfast, so Holly will she'll eat pineapple and apple and grapes and things like that. James is a bit more picky, so he's basically apple without the skin.
Absolutely.
We are encouraging him to have a little bit of apple skin every day now. He started his own thing. He was pretty ingenious with this. He was like, I'm going to have 1 bit today, 1 apple skin today, and 2 tomorrow, 3 the next day. And we're like, this is good. Yeah. It got to day 4, and he was like, he's like, nah.
You didn't realize how fast I was going to happen.
I've literally bitten off more than I can chew with this idea. So, but no, they eat fruit for breakfast. And the homeschooling thing, I don't really know too much about that. I think there are people that do it, because I've seen mention of TV programs about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's taboo. I think most people, I would say some people would like to do it, but obviously you look at it from a workload point of view and think, can I take that on?
But okay, so this is just me, because I'm learning, and I'm not trying to sell homeschooling on it, but I'm trying to share it with people, because I have learned where I went to school, so I sat in that desk for, in that chair at that desk for 8 hours, Monday through Friday, September through May, and I wasn't a fan. I did not like it, and I wanted to be homeschooled, but I wasn't. And so with our kids, I thought, well, where we live, I don't want to send them to the public schools. So private school,
pricey,
but also it just doesn't feel right for us. Just because we get to, I don't know, like, kind of
Be a
let
direct
them,
influence?
yeah, like be a direct influence and let them do their thing. So even for people who feel like, oh, I don't know if I could do it, the internet is amazing. Curriculum, classes, all kinds of stuff for free. Online,
even community groups on Facebook.
Community groups, yeah. That's how I connected with so many people here. Just in my area, there's hundreds of families. And Erie, where we live, is like, they're the last to do everything. They suck. Erie is just so about just rejecting everything. But anyway, if you know...
Does it say that on the town site? You know, when you come in?
Yes.
Welcome to Erie.
We reject everything. Including you.
Including you. Please turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not welcome here.
Twinned with no one.
Yeah, if you know anyone who is looking into it, I do, and wants to do it, but feels that they like, oh, I couldn't be a teacher. You don't have to be a teacher. You just have to let your children learn. Just give them the and I feel like for you, like, it sounds like you're allowing your kids to, they want to do
getting
stuff.
The printables.
Yeah. It's It is amazing once you get outside that box. You know, you got to break out of that box. But that's just my homeschool like spiel.
I like it.
So for anyone that you know, just tell them not to be afraid. It's not, if I can do it, oh, anyone can do it. Yeah, seriously. So when you guys, so you eat fruit, just fruit, no bread?
Yeah, where's your grains at?
I'm like, where's the bread? I need some bread.
Oh yeah. The kids, we're pretty healthy. We went through one of those Tony Robbins events a long time ago. Like, oh God, I don't know.
I think we need a couple of those.
We need that.
13, 14 years ago or something like that. And he sort of advocates a vegan diet for a week. He basically said, look, try this, and if you don't feel better after it, then do whatever you want, but just try it out and, you know, judge by results. So we did it, and we're like, wow, like it was weird. It was like the metaphor I kind of relate to is feeling like you're kind of solid metal, and then afterwards feeling like you're still super strong, but you're kind of like fiberglass, like carbon. Do you know what I mean? You're like strong,
the nice bikes.
Energy. Yeah, exactly. Like it's going from like a steel bike to a carbon bike. But yeah, no. The kids eat. You know, chocolate spread and toast and all that stuff. And we get porridge in James in the morning. I eat a bit of porridge and all that stuff. So yeah, we're not like we're not vegan anymore. By the way, we're sort of, I guess we're technically pescatarians now. We don't eat meat, but anything else goes.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we're horrible.
I love bacon.
We're horrible.
I love bacon.
Grab your breakfast bars, whatever you guys want.
Yeah, the kids, yeah.
Do some ham.
Right.
I think it's like our daughter. She's the third. She's the youngest, and she wants what she
fighting
wants.
Everything.
And I'm like, whatever. I'm dealing with your brothers who are fighting again. Do your kids fight? Do they fight? Because our kids are constantly just like touching each other and irritating each other.
It's starting a little bit. I mean, there's only 2 years between them, so they're really close. They're kind of best friends, which we've been really lucky with. They play really nicely together. But they're starting a little bit to wind each other up.
Wow, you've been blessed.
Nothing too bad.
But the whole like,
what do we got? We got 3 and 4 year old. Like they're within a year, and they play beautifully. But then it goes south.
It just goes south.
Right.
Explosion.
That's boy. Are they both boys though? Or?
No, the boy and the girl.
The boy and the girl are the.
Oh
right. Oh,
yep.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. No, I think we just got lucky with Holly. She's so mild mannered, and she's so patient. She loves James to bits. She'll do like anything for him, and. He's like a little shit sometimes. We're like, James, Holly loves you so much. She's like,
so nice.
She'll do this, she'll bring you this, and she'll help you out, and you won't even share this thing. And we're like, So yeah, it's they're all different and whatever.
Our middle is like CEO material. Like
he's gonna be something. we have to teach him though how to
they're real people too.
How to win friends and influence people. He's gonna need to read some books. Okay, so let me ask you, and if you have to go, just let me know. But books.
Yeah, I'll need to go here soon.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Tell me about books. Like, what?
Are you a reader?
Are you a reader? And what have you read that you love that you're just like, ooh, this really changed my life?
Yeah, there's probably 3 books that I would recommend. Did I do a stream on it? I did a video or something on it not long, a few weeks back anyway. I don't read anymore that much. I mean, I was reading a lot of spiritual stuff from August last year onwards when I was like, what the F is going on with my life right now? What's happened to me? And I got a lot of kind of peace of mind from that, knowing that I wasn't alone going through that whole kind of, awakening type thing and rediscovery type thing. But no, the books, I would say, from a business point of view, if you're starting a business, there's a book called The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, which you should read.
Yep.
I might even have that over there somewhere.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Think and Grow Rich. Yep. It's a bit cheesy, but it definitely is a must-have.
Beautiful.
And the other one is 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn, I know the name.
Yeah, he's the guy that kind of taught Tony Robbins a lot of stuff. So Tony used to work for Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is like one of the original, personal development guys. He's dead now. I think he died 3-4 years ago. But that book is amazing. I used to read that book every year. I would make a point of reading it. It's quite a small book. You can probably get through it in an hour. But it's a really good all-round how to sort of sort your life out. It's not just a business book or make money book. It just gives you a lot of really practical things that you're like, oh God, why didn't I think of that? Or, and it's definitely changed my life, that one.
Yeah.
That's how we feel about a lot of the books we read. We were in Amway for a long time, and we
made some money.
Personal development,
but the personal development was huge on us.
I would never trade any of that.
Just dealing with people in everyday life.
Learn so much about yourself,
personality types and stuff like.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh, Michael, I'm so glad that you came on.
You're all welcome. No, it was good fun. It was good fun. Thanks for inviting me.
Come back. Will you come back on again? Because this was a blast. Sure. Oh, thank you.
And I'm sure you'll be hanging out around in the group and.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as I say, I was going to share this. I wanted to share this video to put it out to my people, but I couldn't do it because of the settings you got. But,
yes,
I can cut it. And I'll put it if you want it on YouTube. I can cut this and put it on YouTube, and you can use it if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll whack it out. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you guys. It's been cool.
You're gonna have a nice day. We're gonna have a nice night.
We're 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I took a vacation day tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yes. Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, enjoy yourselves, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. By the way, I meant to mention I'll probably do a live stream about this on my next live stream. I'll probably talk about you guys and the libertarian stuff and give you a bit of.
That's fantastic.
That would be so great.
Yeah, say Liberty Memes 3.0. I mean, if you care about the page, but and then we're an LM community group.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
In our little show, Liberty
Liberty Late Night is our show.
Our little show.
Yeah, we really represent the group because the group kind of made us what we are, but we're kind of taking our identity of our own.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Cool.
Oh. Thank you. And you're going to see a bunch of bumpopotamuses.
Kane will let us know when you're streaming.
Yes.
I'm ready for it. Yeah. Cool.
Thanks, Michael. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Have a good sleep, and we'll speak soon.
All right. Good night. I mean, good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good night.
Oh, man. That was so much fun.